Right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever we're joining from. Just a minute. Let me get my earpiece. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, most importantly, to all those who've given us support in one way or the other. Okay, sorry, let me place this very well. All through the summit, it was an amazing time throughout the summit. If you could hear me loud and clear, I see someone joining in. I know we had by dates the summit is over, but so yesterday we had some technical issues, so I couldn't do my own section. But I just told myself I had to just do it today to ensure that at least I give my own part of the give my own part of the training for the summit. So if you could hear me, please put it in the comments that you could hear me. I'll be excited to know that you can hear me. All right. And also, let me see, there are a few persons joining in. I don't expect so many persons to join today because we did not expect this, but somehow we just have to do what we have to do. So let us know where you're joining from. It would be great to know where you're joining from. This is the last section of the Brand Visibility and Influence Summit. Let us know where you're joining from. It would be great to know. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, and also I'm taking my last part of the summit on the brand visibility framework, how you can be seen, notice, and extend your visibility and influence globally, even if you're a newbie. So let me see if there are a few persons joining. Like I said, this it's out of the normal date advertised, but somehow there were technical issues yesterday. A few issues towards the end of the first speaker from my own end, and then we had some network issues, and I could have resolved that yesterday, but now we are back, and we should be able to run through my own section for at least within an hour. So I should be done with this in an hour or less. Okay. So let me see if there are a few persons joining, and then we just hit on. I think there are a few persons joining already, and I will go on, and then maybe some other persons may be able to look at this, um, get the replay, and then look at the replay. I'm going to be leaving the replay for at least 48 hours, so I'll pull it down in on Monday by midnight. So this is Sunday midnight, okay, Tuesday midnight, Tuesday midnight, or Monday midnight, Monday midnight. I'm going to take it down. All right, so I'm going to leave it on that 24 hours so that those who could be able to look at it and they didn't have the privilege to look at it, they can look at it over tonight or tomorrow. Okay. Now, if you're joining me, I can see some people joining already. Let me know in the comments where you're joining me from. Just give me that feedback, and also let me know you can hear me. It'd be great to know that. So I'm on the comments now. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. All right. and then I'll just go on in another 1 or 2 minutes. I will go on because I intend to cover a lot in this conversation tonight. I intend to cover a lot in the conversation tonight. Okay. Awesome. 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 Let me see. I see that. So we have some people peeping in and peeping out. Okay, you have some people peeping in and peeping out. That's great. It's okay. It's good. All right. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do this anyway. All right. We're gonna do it anyway. Okay. So for those who may be joining in, this is the Brand Visibility and Influence Net Summit 2021. This is my first Brand Visibility and Influence Summit. So of course, what do you expect in a first? All right. But we believe that we can evaluate after now. We can evaluate after today and then look at what went wrong, what went right, and then we can be able to get the second section, the second edition far better and reach more people. Okay. I like to obey instructions, so I cut this. I just cut it that we have to do it this year. And then now we had it, all right, it's already done. And also, I had the opportunity of showcasing some people that have been part of my coaching and be a part that have been close to me. They've been a part of my trainings, and I wanted to see also help in their own journey to influence. Okay, in their own journey to visibility, I had to showcase them Saturday in the mornings, and also for one of them also been a very good support in terms of preparation for all the different summits we had this year, the C Summit, the Exceptional Leader Conference we had in July, and also was also very strategic to the Brand Visibility and Influence Summit that we just concluded, and this is the conclusive part. Okay, so like I said, I don't expect so many people to join in today. I don't expect, but if we have good people, it'll be fine. And I intend to leave this for another 24 hours. All right, I'll take it down by tomorrow midnight, Monday midnight. I'll leave it for 24 hours. For those who were not aware that this is going to hold today, those who are not on Facebook today, now also so that they can actually listen to over again. And also, I didn't even send a message to our email list for people to join. But I'm going to leave this over and then send an email so that also you can also watch it over and again after now. And also, apart from the fact that this is streaming live on the community, it's also streaming live on Facebook, on YouTube. So for those who be watching the replay, you can also jump on the YouTube, my YouTube channel, Terry Omodibo. Just type it, you see it there, and then you can listen to it. Ensure that you subscribe. All right, subscribe, set the notification button so you can get more notifications when I upload videos. 2022 is going to be a far better year than it was in 2021. 2021, all right, there was a lot of challenges at some point. We had some challenges, all right, in reaching the goals, but we were able to at least do some things, all right. We're able to reach our goals. Some of the goals, some were not met, but we intend to evaluate. And in 2022, I guess it's going to be a better year. We have learned, all right, we have learned from what we've done in 2021. We've learned, and we're going to dot some of the I's, crosses some of the T's in 2022 to make 2022 a better year in terms of our reach, in terms of our visibility, in terms of influence. And of course, we know what to do better now. I will do it better in 2022. So all that I've been able to gather and learn over the course of the last couple of years, all right, over the last 1 year, in terms of building visibility and influence online, not just locally, but globally, it's what I've packaged in tonight's conversation. All right, so I call it a conversation. All right, I packaged tonight's conversation and I titled it the Brand Visibility Framework. Like scrolling already on the screen, the Brand Visibility Framework. All right, how to be seen, noticed, and extend your visibility and influence globally, even if you are new. Okay, so I don't like rushing after things. I like to take my time to do things gradually, put the bricks one after the other, because if you're going to build a skyscraper, if you're going to build a skyscraper, it's going to be a high-rise building, you need to be very strategic on the foundation. You need to take your time to put in the blocks little after one and after the other. This is a marathon. It's not just a 100-meter dash. It's a step-by-step marathon, and I will tend to get there. So we don't want to get there and then all the bricks with the foundation is not like the Bible says the foundation is not sure what the righteous do. So I don't intend that at the end of the day we have all the bricks falling down. So I'm taking my time. I'm taking steps to do it gradually so that at the end of the day it can be solid. All right, it can be solid. We want to put structures in place. We want to invest in the right direction, have more clarity in some other areas, reach out both offline and online, and ensure that the reach in 2022 is far better. There's a lot that they were set to achieve in 2022, but this is not the conversation right now. All right, in another video before the end of the year, I'm going to come up with that and share what the vision is for 2022. But today, I'm going to be talking about the brand visibility framework. The brand visibility framework, how to be seen, noticed, and what? Extend your visibility and influence, not just locally, but globally in 2022, even if you're just starting out. Okay. So if you're joining me right now, please put in the comments. Let me know your name and where you're joining me from. I'll be glad to receive that feedback. Okay. The person joining me, the last person joining, sneaking and sneaking out. If you're there, please put in the comments. Let me know your name. Give me that feedback. It'll be great to know you are there so you can celebrate you, put on the screen. Okay, awesome, and great. Okay, so I'm going to go straight right on. I tend to use slides so that people can picture it, see it, and then follow through. All right, follow through on this. All right, it's going to be very strong, and I'm going to teach some more on different aspects of this before the end of the year. Take some part for the end of the year, and then of course we'll do more in 2022. Okay, so like I said, I titled this the brand visibility and influence, the brand visibility framework. So I'm going to share my slides now. I'm not going to be using the banners on this, but let me put it first, and then I'm going to share my slides so that at least this captures the fact that we are still on the. Okay, so just put this for a while, and then after I'm going to remove it and then share my slides so that we can take this over from here. Okay, awesome. Great. So I'm going to share my slides now. I'm going to take the banner off and then share my slides, and then we can hit this for another 30 to 40 minutes, and I'll call the summit a day. All right. All right. A commit summit a year, or a commit a day, or commit a season, whatever it is. Thank you. Okay, awesome, great. Awesome, great. Okay. Awesome. Okay, slides is coming now. All right, I'm going to put that on the screen, and then we go right on into the conversation. Okay, we go right on into the conversation. Awesome. Let's see. I think that's coming up right away. Awesome. Share screen. Let's see what share screen can do. This is taking too long. No, not screen. Let me share screen instead of sharing. So let's see if this is better. All right. Let's take that out. I don't know if this is better. It's not coming up yet. Okay, let's take that out. Let's see if this is better. Yeah, I think this is better. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Let's see that again. Okay, so I have a comment here. What's that? Okay, I have Kolawole Adefiye joining. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Kolawole. I guess you can hear me. Yes, I guess you can hear me. So I'm sharing my screen. I don't know why this is a bit scattered, but let's see. Mm, all right, awesome, great. So I'm taking us through now what I call the brand visibility framework. Brand visibility framework. This is not showing the right thing. I don't know. Sorry, just a minute. The wrong thing. Okay, better. I think this is the wrong thing. Let's see. Remove from studio. All right, cool. Well, good. So the brand visibility framework. Let me put it on full screen there so we can see that. Awesome, great. That's great. So I'm taking tonight the brand visibility framework, how to be seen, noticed, and extend your visibility and influence globally if you are new. If you are new. So this is for new. Then some of the things I may be sharing are things you may already know. Some people may not even know. Some knows it, but it's just a reminder. So whichever level that you are in, you will get something from tonight's conversation. Okay. So I'm gonna go straight right on because I don't have so much time right now. I don't have so much time right now, taking so much time at the beginning. So if you're joining me, please let me know you're joining. All right, let me know you're joining, your name, your where you're joining from, and also whatever that resonates with you, please engage in the comments and I'll put that right on the screen. I'm going to take this run through and I hope we are able to get something from it. Awesome, great. So the brand visibility framework, how to be seen, notice, and extend your visibility and influence globally, even if you are new. Okay, so what do I do? I'm simply, my name is Terry. For those um, who have been in the community, all right, and you don't know me before, you this is the first time you probably see me. This is Terry Omodibo. I'm a brand leadership coach. Okay, what I do simply is I help individuals, professionals, and entrepreneurs to create and build systems, processes, and competencies that will help them expand their influence, impact while increasing income in the process. So income is the end result, but you have to start with the impact and then your influence. So I help you create, build systems, processes, and competencies. So there are three aspects of what I do. We build systems there. We also talk about processes that will enable you to get there, and of course, competencies, learning new skills and new things that will enable you to build more impact, get more impact, more influence, and of course, increase your income in the process. Okay, so I've been able to help and inspire thousands of individuals and entrepreneurs in multiple ways through all of our platforms. So we have several platforms that we are able to use to extend our message, expand my message, and also several platforms that I use to convey the same aspect of being able to help people to be to create and build systems, processes, and competencies that will enable you to get more impact and influence. So I've been able to help and inspire thousands of individuals and professionals, entrepreneurs in multiple ways, all through platforms. And also, like I said at the initial stage, I am the founder of the Learning Be Your Success community, where you are currently listening to this from. But if you're on YouTube, that's great. Also, we have a community on Facebook. I call it the Leading Be Your Success community. So I call it the new Leading Be Your Success Citizenry. All right, same thing. It's where one of the platforms that we use to actually reach out to achieve the goals of being able to help a lot of people. Like I said, it's a platform that is born out of their need to raise, train, and develop at least 1 million exceptional, significant, and a result-oriented leaders. So that's where the word exceptionals came from. So we say we are the exceptionals. We say we are the exceptionals. All right. So we are on the goal to reach out and be able to raise, train, and develop at least 1 million by the year 2030 through multiple spheres across professionals, entrepreneurs, CEOs, and captains of industry by the year 2020. So we have a long way to go, but we are taking it step by step because we intend to leverage in the course of the whole process. Why we believe that if you're able to build leaders, leaders have other leaders and have other followers. At the end of the day, we'll be able to evaluate and be able to reach out as much as possible. Okay, so that's what I do. And also, like I said, I have the private Facebook community, which is where I'm streaming on to right now. There's this Facebook community. This flyer was last year, toward the end of last year. We were able to have 500 group members, and we believe that before the end of the year, we're going to hit 1,000. Right now, currently, we're over 900, and we are working to hit 1,000 before the end of the year. There were a couple of challenges, a lot of new things in the course of the year. Facebook algorithm change and so many things, all right, that slowed us down. We are very, very much on target, but right now we're almost hitting 1,000. We believe that, I believe very strongly that before we end this year, we shall hit 1,000 group members in this community. And of course, we had over 127 countries as of last year. We hope that it will be over 200 cities being touched and reached by the end of this year. So we are moving, we're not stopping. 2022 is going to be a year of speed for us. I will do some more. And so far, over 100 plus free and paid webinars and trainings in the last 12 months. Okay, now this is an old account, all right? Like I said, over 100. Anyway, over 100. So I do webinars outside of the community that are free. A lot of free trainings I've done this year, and also we have some paid trainings. All right. So I may likely do one more before the end of the year. It's going to be a paid training. All right, probably something that will set us in the tone for next year on how to build visibility and influence. Something before the end of the year, I'm going to run that either before Christmas or after the Christmas. We're going to have that training. It's going to be paid anyway. It's going to be paid. I'll start putting that maybe from next week. So, but we have several that we've done in the year, and also over 1,000 plus people reached on all our platforms. Okay, also we have about 500 plus people trained on our platforms. So we have reached, we have trained people that have at least gone through our events, whether free or paid. Okay, for this webinar, for this summit, we had well over close to 150 people who were also reached. All right, that came up to, I want to see what you're doing. Okay, and we're going to expand that in the new year. Over 60 plus people coached in the last 6 months from over 3 continents. We're looking at expanding that in the course of next year. So on to what we have today. We should talk about the visibility framework. I want to say this. I normally say this when I teach about brand visibility. I will say this is a quote from me, that if you are really, really serious about building your dream life, if you are really serious about getting to your destination, then stepping into intentionally building and growing your personal brand and ensuring its max visibility is your next biggest task. All right, it's your next biggest task. I said, not only will your value and income skyrocket, but the impact you bring to everything that you do will increase 1,000%. Hey, this is heavy for me, and I believe it's something I needed to see that way. It's a big task. All right, it's a lifetime journey, but you can begin today for those who are willing to go through the process to get there. And like I said, it's what I help people to do. So I help people to do. I have coachings, I have several things, several areas that I'm able to help a lot of people get this done. So that's your big task. Why your value and income will skyrocket, and the impact that you bring to everything we do will increase 1,000%. So personal branding is, or personal brand visibility is your next biggest task. So let me start by way of introduction. So everyone has capacity to build influence and visibility. Everyone, the capacity, the potentials is there. And every interaction, conversation, reaction, attitude, behavior, action that you have or carry out has that potential to influence people. So because those interactions are there, the potentials are there to influence people, you have the capacity. You have it there within you. It's in you. It's something you've done today. It's something you have been doing. It's something you will continue to do. So far, you are in the social media. So far, you exist, not even social media space. So far, you exist. You will continue to influence people. Okay. So about building visibility, yes, you are visible at some levels, but in terms of intentionally doing it as a brand, you need to be very, very sorry. In terms of building visibility as a brand, you need to be very intentional. So I said that the ability to be seen and get noticed is rooted in your ability to impact and influence people to do what they will naturally not do. The ability to be seen and get noticed is rooted in your ability to impact and influence people to do what they will naturally not do. Influence is power, and power, like they say, it's ability to do. And influence is not a choice. I always say it's a command. So whether you like it or not, you have been commanded to influence people positively. You have to do it like your life depends on it. Yesterday, I think on Friday, all right, one of our speakers said something that was very significant for me, very strong. He said that if you are not building your brand visibility, you are not living, you're only existing. All right, you're only existing, you're not living. It's tied. Are you building legacy? Are you doing something that will be worth your while? It's not a choice, it's a command. You have to be very intentional, very focused about it, and do it. And I said everyone has the potential. It's just that you have to do it very intentionally so you get a result. So next we get starts, you have to just do it like your life depends on it. Next one. Let's define influence a bit. I do this all the time. All right, I'll continue to do this all the time. Do this all the time. Influence is defined as the capacity to have an effect on the character development or behavior of someone or something, or the effect itself. That's Oxford Dictionary. But I always say influence is the power to make other people agree with your opinions or do whatever you want. Every time we try to affect how other people think, behave, or decide, we are trying to influence them. So influence is very critical to our lives. Every time you make other people to think, behave in a particular way, in a particular direction, every time you are trying to show someone the right direction, every time you are trying to offer advice to someone, you are trying to influence them in their decisions. Okay, even in your organization, in your office, whatever you do every day, you are trying to influence. When you go for board meetings, you are trying to influence the decisions. You are trying to add value in one way or the other. So now this is the time for you to do it intentionally. Why? You will want to be able to build a brand that is set to outlive you over time, that you will leave yourself in the hearts of people, multiple people. Okay, that's the whole design. That's the whole arrangement. So now is the time to do it intentionally, right? Why? Because you have been commanded to influence. You have been commanded to influence. It's not a choice. You have been commanded to influence. Thank you, everyone that is joining so far. All right. Like I said, I don't expect people to join tonight, but I know that we'll be busy and the notifications were there. But I'm so grateful that you're joining tonight. Thank you so much for joining, everyone joining tonight. So go ahead, step up further. Maybe one or two friends, just tag them in the comments that you know at the community. I'll let them comment right now to join the conversation. Okay, so let's move on. Now, John Maxwell says that influence is leadership. Leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. So every time you are trying to influence other people in the right direction, you are leading them. Everyone is a potential leader. Don't get it twisted. Everyone leads in one way or the other. All right. Even if you are younger, the young leads the old leads the young, whichever way that it works. Okay. So every time you are trying to influence people, you are trying to lead them. Now, because of the fact that you want to build a brand that will stand the test of time, that will help you to preserve your legacy, you are trying to build it intentionally now with a message attached to it. So influence is leadership, like John Maxwell says, and leadership is what? Influence. Now, I normally do this. I'm going to rush through this. These are just things I will always want to say when I talk about influence, because it's very critical. There are 4 levels of influence. 4 levels of influence. I call the first one, the first 2, the low levels of influence. And I call the next 2 the premium level of influence. Why? The first one is negative. Of course, you can see it's red already. So I depict that with red negative. All right. The negative sense of influence. This is where you really you are not doing anything around it. All right. You're not doing anything around it. Yes, you are influencing people, but it's not impacting anyone. Then we have the ordinary one there. All right. You are just there. You are not even adding to anybody. You're not adding to anybody. Okay. Both levels are not things you want to stay on. It's good to say, it's good right now. It's good to say, right now, this is where I am. All right. This is where I am. But it's not something you need to stay there. Those are low. You need to move up from the negative. All right. At least go a step to the ordinary, then go a step to the positive level of influence. This is where you are very intentional, very purposeful about what happens with the next person. You want to leave something with them. You want to touch somebody around. Okay, it's good. You want to leave a positive taste in the hearts of people when you leave them. Okay, and of course, the valued one is when you now go a step of adding value to the point wherein these guys are like, ha, there's a story around it. They cannot mention their life without adding your name. There's some books I've read today. I cannot mention what I'm doing today without mentioning their name. For example, my mentor and role model, John Maxwell. I've read several of his books. I've been in training. I'm also a part of the John Maxwell team. And for today, there's no way I will mention my life as of today without mentioning his name. He has been able to influence me valuably. That's why it's in the top levels, which is called the valued influence. Okay, so wherever that you are in these levels of influence, you need to know, understand where you are, and then begin to move up the ladder to get to that level where you and leave people permanently changed, permanently impacted because they came in contact with you. That's where this whole thing is all about. So I've seen some comments here. Okay, there's a comment. I'm not able to access the comment now, but again there. All right, so awesome. Let's go to the next one. Now, why influence? Why? Why am I talking about influence? Why am I this influence thing? Why? Why influence? Why influence? Why influence? Simple. There are a couple of reasons, but I've put some here for us to be able to look at. Okay. The first reason why you should influence somebody positively is to empower them. To empower them. The second one is for people development. Same thing. All right. Empower people. Let people's life be transformed because they came in contact with you. Let people's life be moved from one level to another because they came in contact with you. Let people mention your name every time they're trying to they're trying to make statements. Your name will not leave out from their mouths or from their lips because you are there. Before they mention 2-3 statements, they mentioned your name. That's the whole idea. Empower people, reach out to people, help people, support people, whatever way that you can. Okay. Now help them to develop. People development is the next one. Of course, at the end, it will accelerate your own results by helping people. Your results will get there better. We're trying to reach 1 million people. By the time we reach 1 million people, of course, I will never remain the same again. The person who will be able to reach and impact 1 million people will never be in this level. Why? Because the hand that gives also receives. If you open your hand now, as you lift your hand to give to other people, that hand is also open to receive from other people. It's just practicable. So my own results will accelerate and I will get to my goals if I help you get to your goal. Okay, it's as simple as that. I think like is it Anthony Robbins that said that? Oh no, sorry, what's his name? I just forgot that if you help enough people to get what they want, you get what you want. I've forgotten the name of Robert. The name it's not coming forth again. But that's it. I remember the name. I'm going to say it. Okay. But he says that if you help enough people to get what they want, you get what you want. If you help and extend and allow your life to be broken for other people, reach out to other people, help other people, you will get what you want faster. All right. Your life will be better if you are able to reach out. Your life will be better if you're able to influence people positively. Okay. Another reason why you influence is to build know, like, and trust. Another reason is to create worthwhile relationship. I've been able to create a lot of relationships with people I never knew in the last 1 year. Just helping people, just putting out conferences out there, just doing webinars, just making posts, just reaching out to people, influencing people, helping people. All right. I'm able to build know, like, and trust. Today, I have people who I've been in relationship with that I knew from nowhere. We've never seen physically, or we reach out online, but we're able to at least have some common goals, and we are doing fantastic things. And then the last reason for influence there is to get people to align their views and values for impact. Get people to align their views and values for impact. That's why John Maxwell says that the true measure of leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So if you are a leader, everyone is, you need to focus on the right things to do, which is what? Influence. Next is organizational leadership requires more people skills than technical skills. Influence and persuasion are the most important people skills every leader must develop. The success of every business rises on its leaders' ability to influence within other organizations. For those who are professionals, for those who are working in organizations, this is for you. You need to strategically position yourself in that organization to lead with people's skills, to lead the right way, all right? to lead the right way, to have servanthood, impact focus, influence, impact and influence focused leadership. Okay, intentionally. It will help you to get the right results. It will help you to grow in the leadership ladder in your organization. I'm telling you the truth. Don't get it twisted. I'm telling you the truth. I have an experience in these areas, and I have a lot of people who have similar experience in that area. So be focused on doing that. Now, John Maxwell also talked about this in these 5 levels of leadership. He talked about the positioner, he talked about the premises, he talked about the production, he talked about the people development, and then the pinnacle. If you aim at the 5th level, which is the pinnacle, where people follow you because of who you are and what you are represent, your name, which is the personal brand, because of what you represent, at that level, you build leaders. At that level, you are playing up in all the levels of leadership. You are playing up positionally. You are also, people give you their lives. You can lead people forward. They give you permission to help them to move from one level to another. You can coach them at that level. You can produce transformed lives as the result, produce fantastic results, and of course, help people to move from one level to another. At that level, people are following you because of who you are and what you represent. Your brand becomes a brand to mention, and of course, the rewards, the gains are something that you don't want to imagine. Okay, so that is one reason why we're doing what we're doing. That's one reason why we're doing what we're doing. So what do you have to do today? Be the leader. All right, accept the challenge. Be the leader. Be that influencer. Take that lead. Okay, take that lead. Like Ronald Reagan says, he said the greatest leader is necessarily not the one who does the greatest things. He's the one that gets people to do the greatest things. As simple as that. Great leaders don't tell people what to do. Instead, they take them to where they need to be. You need to come out from your own shell. You need to go out there and package yourself. Put yourself in the right position and then reach out to people. How to do it intentionally? Of course, we're going to take some of this bit by bit in the course of the remaining part of this year, and then help people to move forward in the next year. So that's it. That's what this whole thing is all about. Now let's talk about a little bit about the brand influence connection. The brand influence connection. The brand influence connection. There's a connection between it. I've mentioned it in the course of the conversation, but let me mention it rhetorically right now, just for us to get this. The brand influence connection. You cannot achieve your highest level of leadership without paying attention to your personal brand. You cannot. You cannot achieve your highest level of impact without what? Paying attention to your brand, personal brand. Very, very critical. You cannot command your greatest level of influence without actively building a compelling personal brand. That's why I always say this, that the biggest mistake professionals make when it comes to their personal brand is thinking you don't have to build it proactively and intentionally. Engaging it and managing it. They think you don't have to. You have to. You have to pay attention to it. You have to mind where you go to, what you wear, what you post, all right, on social media. Where you go to, you have to mind what you say, what you align what views you align with. These are very, very critical. And I believe we don't have people like that here, but if we do, please, this is what this is for you, is for you. This summit, all summit is for you. This is a wrap-up, all right? This is a wrap-up. So I'm just trying to cement everything everyone has said so far. I think Neil Shenka said in the first section, it was an amazing section. And he shared some details about how you can actively do that. Actively do that. He said, get as much endorsement as you can. So many things that he said in that conversation. If you listen to that, all right, ask for the recording. Okay, it was recorded. Every of the sections were recorded. Ask for the recording. Reach out, and then we'll get that across to you how, and let you know how to get it. Okay. Next one, if you want people to see you as a powerful brand, you must act like a credible leader. If you want people to see you as a powerful brand, you must act like a credible leader. Leadership is influence power. Power is largely a matter of perception. Like one CEO that I know, all right, he used to say that if you are able to combine, I think perception, I've forgotten how I put it. But power is a matter of perception. Perception is what you let people know what you make people know about you, what you put out there for people to know. Perception sometimes may not be real, but if it's put authentically, of course, when people see you physically or people see you, are able to match up your perceived value and your real value. Of course, at the end of the day, you build influence. Okay, so power is largely a matter of perception. What people think you are, that's what perception is. What people think you are based on what they've seen that you are. All right, you need to match that up with who you really are. Of course, when you do that, you build power and influence. And like I said, these are mostly the side benefits of your personal brand. Now, what your personal brand is not, let me talk about that. So, your personal brand is not your website. Nishanka said this yesterday, right? It's not your website, it's not your landing page, it's not your social media presence or profile, it's not your resume, it's not your profile that you put out there, your professional profile. Okay, it's not all about that. It's not your business card. Yes, all this is matters a lot, but it's not your business card. It's not something you can ask for. All right, it's not something you get people from because you deserve it. Sorry, it's not something you can ask for. You get it from people because you deserve it. It's something that you are entitled to. It's not something you're entitled to, like a position or a title. That's not it. Your personal brand is neither of this. It's part of it, but it's not what it is. Okay? Like, look at the lady there. So, is that true? Yes, it is. It's not what it is. Now, it's also not a gift that someone can give to you. It's not something somebody can give to you. It's not something that you can keep or get and keep it for life. It requires a lot of hard work. It requires a lot of input, right? A lot of input. It requires a lot of input. Okay, it's something that it's not an extension of an organizational brand. It's a part of it, but it's not. It's not entirely about popularity, either offline or online. It's not all about that. It's not entirely what you say about yourself. What you say about yourself is more about perception. So, what is your personal brand if your personal brand is not about all this? Now, this is it. Your brand is what distinguishes you. Your brand is what distinguishes you. Your brand is how people remember you. Your brand is your promise to the world. Your brand is what makes you unique. Your brand is tied to your purpose, not your job. Hey, your job is a means to an end, not an end in itself. Your purpose is about your brand. Your brand is connected to your purpose. Your purpose is what you are living for. Your purpose is what you are living for. Your purpose is what you're living for. If you are not living your purpose, you are just existing, not living. Your purpose is what gives you legacy. It's what you can build legacy on. Your brand is all about what you can build legacy on. It's not all those other things I just mentioned. All those things I mentioned is a part of it, but it's what distinguishes you. It's your unique selling point. It's your promise to the world. It's your message. It's how people will remember you. It's your legacy. How people remember you when you're long gone. It's your promise. It's what makes you unique. So you need to focus on the real deal. You need to focus on the big deal, and don't focus on the riffraff. Don't focus on what the colors. Don't focus on all those things. Okay? Focus on the impact, what you came to do. Your personal brand is an assessment for those entrepreneurs. It's an assessment that the marketplace makes about who you are and why you are, what you bring to the marketplace. It's what helps people, what helps those assessing you decide whether to hire you, promote you, or do business with you, depending on what you're playing on. If you are an entrepreneur, a business owner, depending on where you are, if you are in an organization, an employee, that's what your brand is all about. All right. It's what shapes every interaction, every room you enter. People must taste it. Hey, people must taste it. Yesterday or on Friday, a speaker, Jamel Pajo, was mentioning something, and that resonated with me. It said that he went somewhere and somebody said, if you are not on suit and tie or something like that, that it is not you. Its brand has been tied to its outfit, kind of. There's a way he looks, same way. His particular outfit, that red tie, same thing like Tony Elumelu. You always see the red tie and the red stock sauce, all right? Those things are part of it anyway, part of it. So I went somewhere 2 weeks ago for an hangout, and when the lady, the convener was calling me to remind me about it, they said, please don't put on shirts and tie. All right, it's an hangout. It's something come in t-shirts and jeans. I was laughing, but I sensed something there because I love to dress the way I'm dressing right now. I love the colors you're seeing right now, and I'm very purposeful and intentional about it, so people can quickly recognize it. But this is good. It's part of the brand, But truly, I want people to remember me because of what I have brought into, all about my purpose, about my intention. All right. I want people to be able to remember me because of my purpose, what I am, which is helping you do what now? Helping you build influence, helping you build impact, more influence, not just locally but globally, helping you build the right influence, either as an individual, as a business owner, or as an entrepreneur, helping you to build the competencies, helping you to build the processes, helping you to build the system that will help you to fast track it. That is what it's all about. Okay. So you want to put it here right now to yourself that you are the brand. You are the brand. You are the brand. So for those who are listening to me right now, put on the comments and say, I am the brand. I may not be able to put it on the screen because right now in the back end I'm doing the slides. Okay. But put it there that I am the brand. I am the brand. Put it on yourself, personalize it. I'm the brand. Power and influence are the benefits of that brand. I am the brand. So create that affirmation for yourself. I am my brand. And I'm going to do whatever that is necessary to ensure that I build it massively in 2022. Okay. So I put this here so you see it. All right. The red tie is always also there. I'm the brand. Power and influence are part of that brand. Very critical. Now, let's talk about a bit about the brand visibility framework. What's the brand visibility framework? So I'm not going to dive too deeply into this, but I put this flow there so we could say it. I put this flow there so we could say it. But for those who will be willing to take coaching on how you can actually take this through this process to achieve the result. So you see where influence is, you see where impact is, you see where the income is. But it starts from the education to the impact to the influence. Then, of course, at that point, you begin to build visibility. This is a lifetime journey. And of course, you can cash out at every time, cash out. So this is like a cycle. Every time, so I think I need to take this cycle the other way around. So it starts from education to impact to influence to visibility to selling, and which is income, and then it goes back to education. So it's supposed to be like a cycle. Okay, it's supposed to be like a cycle. It's something you do over and over and over. I've been doing this over time. As you begin to do that over time, it builds visibility. Your visibility begins to expand. It begins to expand. Okay, so like I said, today's conversation is not about the nitty-gritty of this. This is a process. This is a long process. All right, this is a process that we're going to teach for those who will be willing to do one-on-one coaching, or you want to come to a master class I may put together before the end of the year or into January. There's something I'm already planning. You're going to see that after today, that a class that can help us to look at the individual, each process. What are the makeup? What should you do? What are the systems to put in place? What are the processes to put in place? How do you do that? What are the different things that you need to put in place? We're going to take that class for those who are willing to take it a step further. But for today, this is it. This is what you are set to do. At the end of the day, you'll be able to catch out. The cashing out is not for self-gain, it's to be able to sustain the process, which is very, very critical, very, very important. So this is what this is all about. Then we'll move it on a step further. Next is, what are some of the ways you can expand your visibility? Like I said, it starts from a process, but to expand your visibility and the end result, okay, there are a few ways to expand your impact, influence, and visibility as a newbie. All right, I'm going to run through that and then wrap it up. And then if there are questions, I'll take the questions, and then we'll call it a day. I needed to just do this. I needed to do this. This video is going to be a part of a course too that I'll be bringing out in 2022. So I'm very, very, very. It's going to be. This is a course on its own. All right, it's part of what I teach in my master class, my coaching sections too. All right, it's part of what I teach too, but this is very critical. This is the heart of it, and then I took some part of it and then I broke it down into different steps, different ways that you can actually achieve those results. And of course, if you're part of my coaching, I'm going to handhold you for at least a month or 3 months, depending on which one that you signed up for, to achieve the long run process. Okay, don't get it twisted. It's not all about the likes and all that. There are people who see what you do, but they will never put any likes on the post. They will never do that. But they'll come back and send you a message. I see what you do. Those 2 days ago, someone sent me a message on Messenger. I said, I've been following for a while. All right, I see what you do. I love your branding. I love what you do. All right, can you help me reach out to someone who can help brand? I have coming up with a course very, very soon, a podcast in 2022. I need someone to hold me. Just 2 days ago. Now, this person has never liked my post. I think he never liked my post, even if he has liked my post once or twice. Okay, so it's not about the likes, it's not about the many likes. Sometimes most of the people who like your post will never buy from you. But the real people who need your stuff, they are not the noise makers. They'll come behind and they say, hey, Yeah, I like what you're doing. How do we move forward? Can you help me move forward? Those are the things. That is it. That is it. That is it. So I want to share quickly, run through, I think about 9 ways or so, 7 or 9 ways, how you can expand or extend your impact and influence and visibility as a newbie. Number one, write a book. This is a course in itself on how you can write a book. A book will help you to reach out to a lot of places that you can never get to. Okay, I don't want to emphasize that. Write a book in different formats, in ebook, hard copies book, all right, different formats, different ways, chunk it out. Self quick read books, write a book, write a book, write a book. I can't overemphasize that. It will help you to reach out to places that you can never be. There's a book I've read that have changed my life in massive way. I've never met it, I've never been a part of this course, but I've read a book. I bought the book, I read the book. Right? It's part of my story. It has touched me, it has changed my life, changed my business, changed my message, helped me to be able to do what I'm doing now better than it was before I read the book. Okay, but perhaps I may never meet him in life, but he has been able to help. And of course, purchasing that book has also given an income in the process. Okay, so write a book. One of the ways to be able to extend your visibility. Number two, do a podcast. So I'm not done a podcast yet, but it's something that's a pipeline. So many things that came up in the course of the year. I'm trying to fine tune on that. But my next year, I'm going to launch my own podcast. So podcast is just an audio form of you can record a podcast, just an audio form of your message, put in the podcast platforms, and then you can share that to people, and people can hear you speak. These are just different platforms that you can use to achieve the same result, the same goal. Right? You can do videos, you can do a lot of things, but a podcast is an audio format. Okay, so do a podcast. All right, it's like a radio station, a kind of radio station anyway. So do a podcast. That's another one you can also use. Number three, there is get into coaching. Coaching will help you for those who can. Not everyone can be coaches. Coaches is like you're like a doctor, like a surgeon. You are trying to help people to move from one level to another. It's tasking, it's brain draining, but if you get the results, with the results, you can share the results to people, and you can move people from one level to another. I love to coach people. I love to help people move from one level to another. I love to see results. I love to see people transform. Okay, because I love to do that. Of course, I have to do coaching. Okay, not many people can. Some people are not patient enough to do that. Okay, for some people, it's speaking. People speak. They transform a lot of lives of people. They may not have that one-on-one, but I love to do it either in groups or one-on-one. Okay, so I know that I have my coaching, also my coaching sections. I think I have someone too that I'm going to be coaching January, 1st January. I'm going to be launching a one-on-one coaching. So if you want me to coach you in the new year, reach out to me. Okay, reach out to me. You can send me a DM, or there's a number. Always, you can see my number on the flyers there. You can reach out, all right, and then we'll get across to you on what is necessary for you to do. So coaching is critical, right? Coaching is critical to help you to do that too. The next one there is public speaking. All right, it's public speaking. Public speaking is like going to the marketplace. It's like you can speak to so many people, and then a lot of people can know you from there. That helps to extend your message, and from there you find a few persons to coach. From there you find a few persons. Of course, if you have your books, you can sell your books to a lot of people. So public speaking is another way. All right, keynote speaking, public speaking is another way to extend your visibility. People will know you through that. Okay, according to a new Praxis survey, a cloud-based presentation platform, 70% of employed Americans who give presentations agree that presentation skills are critical to their success at work. All right, for those who are in organizations. So even if you're an organization, find a way to speak for the organization. I'm doing that too. Find a way to be the spokesman. Okay, when there's an opportunity to speak, or there is an opportunity during an event, find a way to be the MC, the anchor. Find a way to speak. Find key opportunities to do keynotes. It will help you to extend your message, expand your influence, expand your impact, and of course, from there you can move people forward. 20% of respondents said that they would do almost anything to avoid giving a presentation, including pretending to be sick. So a lot of people run away from doing this, but it's very critical for you to do it, to extend your message, extend your visibility, expand your visibility. Volunteering service too. All right. I serve to be here. Service is very critical. Service is very critical. It's a way to help you. Okay. There are so many places you cannot have access to by yourself, but you can have access to them by service, by volunteering. Volunteering is another way. I can't overestimate that. We all know what it is, but you have to serve your way to where you cannot get to. You see a lot of people who are influencers right there, all right, that are not giving you access. You can offer service. You can offer to be volunteers at their events. All right, that will help you to have access. and of course have access to them. So service is critical. Volunteering is critical. Volunteering is critical. Number 6 is get a mentor. If you cannot serve your way, if you cannot serve, then get a mentor. Pay for mentorship. Some people think mentorship is free. Nobody will coach and mentor you entirely free. You must give something. You must give something. Some people that just come to your DMs and just say, mentor me. Mentor me how? You must give something. You must exchange something. Even if you're not exchanging money, you must exchange value. No mentorship will work without value exchange. What skill did you have that you can exchange? For class now, I don't want this. Okay, are we back? Join either online or offline. Very critical. Join niche groups either online or offline. It's very, very critical. Another way to extend your visibility is joining niche groups, either online or offline. A lot of groups. You can join Facebook groups, Instagram. Yeah, I think Instagram has a community now. LinkedIn also has building a community too. Join any of the groups. Join groups, offline groups. Join church groups. That way you can build visibility. You can serve. You can help. All right. You can show what you've got. Right. Be willing to serve your way there. All right. Joining niche groups. I need to move up quickly. I need to wrap this up quickly. Start a blog. Start a blog. For those who can blog, for bloggers, start a blog is very tasking too. All right, but you need to do that too. All right, starting a blog to educate people, to reach out to people, let people know who you are and the message you carry, let people know what your interests are. Very, very critical that you also start a blog. If you can't do a blog, it's fine. You can pay people to do it for you. All right, but there's no way you could do it yourself. Get the content, get someone who can help you manage your website, your blog or your website for you to drop those every week, every day, every 2 days, every 2 weeks, depending on what you can do. But most importantly, start a blog or get a blog so you can reach out to people and then promote it. All right. There's several things you can do with your blog. Next one is engage in content writing. Engage in content writing. Okay. Content is the connection between you and your visibility. Content is the connection between you and your visibility. You cannot reach out to people. People cannot know you are without content. Content is king, like they say. So get expertise on content. Help people do this too. Get expertise of content. All right. The more you create content, the more you know how to create content. Read people's content. Go out there, read people's content. It will help you to be able to expand your visibility. I need to wrap this up. Have a website. I mentioned that before. So there are 10. Have a website. Okay. Now, let me run through this quickly for a few minutes and I'll wrap this up. What are some of the tools that you use to amplify your brand presence and influence? Tools, the digital tools you can use. Okay, you may not be able to use all of them, but there are some tools you're able to use to extend and expand and amplify your brand presence. Number one, tools for creating your personal brand. Number one is Grammarly. All right, so I may not be able to dive deeply because of the time. I'll just mention them quickly. So, all right, you can look at them. We have Grammarly there. You have Canva. Right, I teach people how to use Canva. All the slides you've seen me do in the last 1 year, even more than 1 year, 2, 3. I've never used. Okay, the first time that I used someone to design. I've always done my designs myself, so I teach people how to use Canva. Even the summit, the flyers for the summit, I designed it using Canva. Okay, so I teach people to do the same thing. All right. Also, I've learned to use other ones, but I want to do tools that anyone could use. All right, tools that can simplify the process. So I learned to use it so well that I can also teach other people to use it so well. So learn Canva. Canva you use to create flyers. You can use to create quick posts, create things, create You get to create presentation slides, several things you can use Canva to do. So I teach people how to use that. All right, very critical. It's one of the courses I teach also in my coaching sections, how to use Canva to do creation. Then, of course, Grammarly for corrections, to correct your grammar, for your content writing. You have Google Doc there. It's also very, very good. You have Google Alerts, all right, that helps you to get content that are trendy, all right. And also you have Evernote, and then you have Calendly to book appointments, and use it to book appointments, or to book yes, now book what do you call it, people who are booking for your coaching and all that. Can use it to schedule, use for scheduling. Okay, so these are tools you use, tools for creating your personal brand. Then also have tools for monitoring your personal brand. We have Mention, we have Buzomo, we have TrickDeck for tools with Twitter. We have Claude, we have Brand Yourself. Brand Yourself is one of the ones I use. It's the online reputation management and privacy software that will help you to manage yourself. Some of the things that people, you sometimes you don't even know what people know about you. But when you go there and Google your name, you find out, oh, what is this? You can use Brand Yourself to be able to manage the things that people have said about you. Some blogs would have carried your name somewhere and put it somewhere that you can never ever imagine. You can use Grammarly to manage your reputation online. Very critical. I use that too, very, very well. Also, tools for extending your personal brand. We have Buffer there, IFTT. IFTT is a software that can help you to use different apps all in one place. You have Hootsuite, same thing. You have Edger there. These are tools that helps you to manage your social media handles and to extend your personal brand very well. Like I said, I may not be able to dwell on each of these. I'm probably going to teach one-on-one on how you can actually use all these tools in the next year. Also, I'm going to teach also in my coaching how to use these tools to be able to manage your brand effectively. We have also tools for exploring your social media network. We have follow work there and follower statistics. These are something for Twitter for those who are using. Of course, in Nigeria right now, we are out of ban. We are not allowed to use Twitter. But these are just some tools for Twitters, and also we use this also for other applications for to know who those who are following you, those who unfollow you, and all that. So get statistics. All right, very critical. Then tools for marketing your personal brand. I teach this also in my coaching sections. All right, other group coaching and one-on-one coaching. It's very, very critical. If you're not marketing yourself, of course, nobody will know you. We've talked about that already. All right, almost all the speakers talked about this, especially Nisoinka and what do you call that? Jeremy Pajot extensively talked about that. Even Abdul Otsman, the Otsman also talked about marketing your brand. It's very critical that people will never know you if you don't talk about who you are. Very, very critical. So you need to learn all to use this. Okay, email marketing software, Mailchimp. I use Mailchimp. I use send post. I have to send email. So sorry about that. All right. So then we have social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, WhatsApp. These are what we are familiar with. Also, you need to know how to use them for those who are not using them correctly, especially WhatsApp. We have groups. We have Quora, Facebook groups, Nairaland, Reddit, Gistimian. Use the one that you know works for you. We have the marketplace, Amazon, Walmart, Jumia, Alibaba, several others there. We have platforms like Zoom. You know how to use Zoom, YouTube, Webinar Jam, Google Meet, and or StreamYard. I'm using StreamYard right now to reach out to you. Okay, so all these tools you need to learn how to use them. They will help you to be able to amplify your brand. Tools for measuring your brand. We have Twitter analytics there. We have Google analytics, Facebook analytics, Instagram analytics. We have LinkedIn analytics. Each app that you use to amplify your brand, especially when it comes to marketing your brand, app analytics behind it. Those analytics can help you to know how well you are doing. Because of course, if you cannot evaluate yourself, you cannot improve. Right? You need to evaluate. You need to measure so that you can improve. Very, very critical. So, finally, before I wrap this, call this a day. Building a compelling personal brand and making it visible, especially on social media, is not an easy task. I can guarantee you that. All right, it's not an easy task. It requires a lot of thought, strategies, and research to win. Okay, sometimes you just do it and it doesn't work. All right, or the results are so little. But let me tell you, don't be fooled by the likes. guarantees. I could tell you that. Don't be fooled by likes on social media. Sometimes those who like your post will never buy from you. Those who are really your audience will always follow you through, and then they will come back on the back end and ask you critical questions, and then you can move forward from there. Trust me on that. I still had someone who reached out to me and said, I critically went to your page, Facebook page, and I look at everything you have done. I can say I am very impressed. I was like, wow. So you did? He said, yes. Your branding, your positioning, your content, everything was on point and everything. I said, the next thing, he joined the group community. Okay, there are people who will never like your post, but they see what you are doing. So building it is not easy. It is investment, massive investment, but it's going to be worth your while. So it's not about your look or your location. It's more about your values and how you make the audience feel when they see yet another new piece of content from you. Okay, so think long term, execute short term, evaluate, adjust whenever you need to adjust, and then move on from there. I see you over time building a compelling personal brand from today. Yeah, I remember the name now. I didn't even know that I put it here. Zig Ziglar, the name I was trying to remember. He said you can have everything in life you want if you just help enough people get what they want. If people like you, if people like you, if people like you, they will listen to you. If they trust you, they will do business with you. That's what they say. So invest time to know, like, and trust. Invest time, energy, invest money into building your brand. It will pay you over time. Those who right now have been able to build serious visibility, you can see based there. You can do so much with it. All right, so sorry. All right, someone is trying to reach out to me, and I'm using the same phone for this streaming right now. But I think I should wrap it up quickly, and then have something very critical to do after now. Okay, so invest time, invest energy. All right, invest your time, your life into building your brand. It will pay you over time. Okay, you are your own brand. You are your own brand. Very critical. I said that before, and then build your brand over time. All right. I believe this has been worth your while. I'll end this conversation by saying success is not an accident, is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifices, and most of all, love for what you are doing or learning to do. And this is said by Pele or so. Right? It's a quote by Pele, but it's not an accident. It's something that you over time begin to intentionally do and build. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. says, you don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. I believe this has been worth your while. If it's important to you, you will find a way. If it's not important to you, you will make an excuse. Those who have listened to this conversation, so I thank you for joining me. So grateful for your time and your audience. I don't know if there are questions, but I'll remove the slides. All right. I'll remove the slides now. Let me take the slides to the end. You can send a mail to us at Gmail, successimaginstitute at gmail.com. That's a phone number there for those who want to reach us out. You want to reach out for coaching, one-on-one coaching on how you can build visibility one-on-one, right? But I'm organizing a group coaching. I'll let us know. I'm going to put that down before the end of the week on what those who want to come out for group coaching over the course of the year to get ready for next year to build visibility. I'm going to put in that at the cost of the before the end of the year. I think this before the end of this week. But if you want to reach out for group coaching, for one-on-one coaching, you can reach me on that number there, and I'll let you know exactly how to move it from there. But invest your time to build a compelling brand for yourself in 2022. You will ever be grateful for yourself for doing that. And you can also follow me on all my Instagram, all my social media handles. Right, that's our page. Then my page is I am Terry Omodibo on Facebook page, and also on all handles I'm Terry Omodibo, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Okay, so you can reach out to me and follow, not just follow, not connection now. Follow, click the follow button. So every time, whatever we're doing, you can always know what we're doing. And of course, for those who are not joining, who have not joined my Facebook community as the Leading Beyond Success community, just type Leading, Leading, Beyond. You see it to jump out and then you can always send out, just join. All right, click the join button there, and then we'll accept you in. And of course, here we do a lot of things and activities. We're going to do some more in the course of the year, in the course of 2022. Okay, I see you at the top. I see you building a compelling brand. I see you building massive brand visibility for those who are very serious, and I see you winning in your 2022. It's been an awesome and plum pleasing pleasure. Thank you so much, everyone who has joined this conversation today. I'm going to stop the screen now. Okay, I think that's all. Let me see it to stop the screen. Okay, yeah, I think I know what to do. All right, cool. Stop screen share. Okay, I've seen stop screen share. Okay. So I'm going to stop this now, and then we'll call this conversation close today. Okay, I think I've seen that. All right. Thank you for all those who've been part of the Brand Visibility and Influence Summit. It's been an amazing section all through the 4 sections yesterday, 2 sections on Friday, and then today I'm wrapping it up. Like I said, this is just all about me helping you build processes, competencies, and build systems that will help you to create more impact and influence even moving into 2022. So if you're up there, you want to have me coach you, reach out on that number I put on the screen right now. Before I put on the screen 08022256720. You can reach out to me, or send me a DM on Messenger. I'll reach out to you. I want one-on-one coaching. I want you to hold my hand into 2022. I want to build a massive I want to build brand visibility. I want to build a compelling brand in 2022. All right, and then we'll let you know exactly what is required. See, it's not free. It's not free. It's massive. The results, you will be able to at least measure the results and see what you're doing and how you're doing. Okay, it's not free. All right, it will take something from you, and whatever that you put your time into, you will get the value from it. And of course, also do group coaching from time to time. I'm going to put one through before the end of the week. Watch out for my post. Then you see what time or what date that is. I'm still looking at the time and the date because I know we're going to Pepsi season right now, but I want to ensure that the time and dates works for us. Okay, and also we're going to come up some new things in the community, my Facebook community in the course of the year and preparing for the new year. So I'm going to have several conversations moving on to the holiday so that we can actually be on the same page on how to actually help us to move further from one level to another into the new year 2022. So thank you everyone for those who have been a part of the conversation. Let me see those who made the comments. Kola Wale, thank you. All right, so I'm the brand. The audio is zero. We can't hear you. Okay, can you hear me? I think you can. All right, you can't hear me. All right, you can't hear me. And that was when 8:05. Really? Okay. All right. I think I was speaking a bit loud. I believe you can. The audio is zero, but I'm speaking loud. Maybe you check your own end, but I believe I'll look at this much later. I appreciate that feedback. I believe you were able to hear, but it's clear here. But interjectly at some point, some people I was having a call that maybe shrunk the whole process at some point. But I believe you could hear me now. Thank you, Kolawole, for joining, and every other person who joined, those who came in, those who came out, those who liked the post and engaged. Thank you so much. And I'll see you very, very pretty soon. I'll be doing this from time to time. I'll see you pretty soon. Thank you so much. So to this, I've called the Brand Visibility and Influence Summit 2021 to a close. Until we meet again in the Brand Visibility and Influence Summit in 2022, I remain your host, convener of this summit, Terry Omodibo. Bye-bye for now.